So here's how to have world-class meetings. At EOS Worldwide, we teach every client something called a Level 10 meeting. We call it Level 10 because every business owner we've interviewed, we ask them to rate the effectiveness of their meetings on a scale of 1 to 10. On average, they rated a 4. So if you're normal, the effectiveness of your meetings is somewhere around a 4. Here's how to get it to a Level 10. As I illustrate the Level 10 meeting for you, a couple things I want to make note of. The reason it's so effective and why it's world-class is, frankly, it's a time management tool. You and your leadership team coming together for the precious 90 minutes I'm about to show you is going to save you time. You're literally going to save 2 to 3 times the amount of time you invest in the Level 10 meeting as a result of avoiding train wrecks, the left hand knowing what the right hand's doing, miscommunications being avoided, and being more effective and accountable. With that said, a great meeting pulse has 5 points. A great meeting needs to be same day, same time, same agenda, start on time, and end on time. And so here we go. I'm now going to show you the psychology, the philosophy, and the flow of the perfect Level 10 meeting. So here's the Level 10 meeting. First of all, the meeting starts on time. What a concept. As Vince Lombardi taught us, early is on time is late. So if your meeting is Monday at 9 a.m., you and your leadership team are there at 8:55, small talking, ready to roll. Whoever runs the meeting at 9 o'clock on the button says, okay, everyone, good news. And so you're going to start your meeting off with good news. And so what good news is it's a segue. It helps a leadership team transition from working in the business all week to on the business. It also brings a human element by sharing both personal and professional good news. And so when I talked about the psychology, the philosophy, and the flow of huge psychology is just that human element that you bring. Good news takes about 5 minutes, so it's pretty rapid fire around the table. After good news, you then go into reporting mode. And so the next 3 agenda items are all about reporting. And so the psychology here is you're now going into the mode where you're making sure that everything that is important in your business is on track. You're making sure that your numbers are on track, your priorities are on track, and all your people are happy. And so here's what I mean. You're going to first review your scorecard to make sure that all your scorecard numbers are on track. 5 quick minutes. You're then going to do a rock review. And you're going to review to make sure that every rock you set for the quarter is on track, all of your priorities. 5 quick minutes there. And then you're going to share any customer or employee headlines. And what that is you're sharing good and bad news about customers and employees, 1-sentence headlines, so you're all in the know on what's going on with all of your people. With that said, again, we're in reporting mode. Any number that's off track, any rock that's off track, or any customer or employee headline that requires discussion, or it's an issue that needs to be solved, you just simply drop it down. Drop it down. Drop it down. And during this reporting mode, the idea is no discussion. You're not solving anything. You're just reporting. 15 quick minutes because 5 minutes on customer employee headlines. And you're just building the issues list, which I'm going to come back to for you in just a moment. Once you're done reporting, you've extracted all the relevant issues, we then bring a little accountability into your life with a to-do list. Now watch this. Very important to know. The to-do list is baked right into the Level 10 agenda. The Level 10 meeting agenda is one document that you're managing as a leadership team. It is a dynamic document where to-dos are going on, coming off every week, and your issues are going on and coming off every week. So again, a very dynamic document. With that said, 5 quick minutes reviewing all of last week's to-dos to make sure that they all got to done. Rule of thumb, 90% of your to-dos should be dropping off every week. If they're not, there's a problem somewhere, typically an accountability problem, but nonetheless, everything you committed to last week, 90% should be done. From there, after 5 quick minutes, we then go to the portion of the Level 10 meeting called IDS. IDS is the issue solving track we teach every client. The IDS stands for identify, discuss, and solve. When you go to your issues list, you populate that issues list for the week, you prioritize what is the number 1, number 2, and number 3 most important issues. Never start at the top and work your way down. Always focus on the most important issue. You take number 1 and you first identify what is the real issue here. Before you start solving anything, it's vital you all agree, here's the issue. And sometimes you have to dig down to the root to get to that issue, but nonetheless, you first identify. Once you've identified, you then move to discuss, and that's where you and your team openly and honestly discuss that issue, every option, every solution, every idea. Then we push to solve. The only reason you're talking in this portion is to solve issues, and so you take number 1, you IDS it. Once it's solved, that issue comes off the issues list, dynamic document. Typically a to-do or 2 is created that needs to get done in the next 7 days. To-dos are 7-day action items. We then go to number 2 and we IDS it. When 2 is solved, becomes a to-do. We go to 3 IDS. Some weeks you're only going to get through 1 issue. Some weeks you'll get through 10. You never know, but as long as you're taking them in order of priority, you're doing the right thing. With that said, you have a full 60 minutes for IDSing. Once there are 5 minutes left in the meeting, you then conclude the meeting. And in the conclusion, wherever you are on IDSing, conclude the meeting at 10:25. 5 minutes left, you do 3 quick things. You recap the to-do list. You discuss if there are any cascading messages that need to be cascaded out to the rest of the organization. And you quick rate your meeting 1 to 10. How'd you do today? 10 being best. This is going to help you and your team start to self-correct. You should be getting an 8 minimum. 8 is the minimum standard. And so if it's not an 8, you just simply get to ask why and start to self-correct. And then at 10:30 on the button, meeting ends on time. So your meetings aren't collapsing on top of other meetings in the organization. Back to the real world. That's how to have a world-class, level 10, 90-minute weekly meeting with your leadership team.